Let's see. I know it takes a few minutes here. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. We're going to do some predictions today. We're going to do tarot and oracle cards. And I don't know, maybe something else. We can do some channeling, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. See if anybody gets on here. Hello, I see my first person. If you would be so kind, can you put something in the chat so I can see that it's working? Oh, hi. Hello, hello. I'm so happy to see you and my first person on here. I'm going to try to move this a little bit. I'm just going to be real. I'm going to sit back here, probably on the couch, cross my legs. Hello, Happy New Year, everybody. How's everybody doing? How was your New Year? We are just getting over the flu. It has been a wild one. Sorry for moving this, you guys. I'm just trying to, there we go. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. So what should we talk about? We have predictions. I feel like this is going to be it's going to be a very important year for us as a collective and individually, and the various forms of self-development that a lot of us are partaking in. And I think that this next year is going to be very vital to that work. And I don't, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm super excited for it, because I know it's gonna be a hard year. It's gonna be a difficult year for a lot of people, including, those of us who are earnestly doing, basically alchemical processes within the psyche and so on. It's not easy. It's not easy work. So that being said, I feel very hopeful. I feel very hopeful about this year. It feels like it was a gauntlet last year, 2025. So I'm interested to see kind of where the cards are going to lead us. Where are you guys kind of looking at? What kinds of things are you hoping for this year? What kinds of things are you going to be spending your time with? That's what I'm really wondering. New kitty moved in for New Year. Oh, that's the best. New cat? Heck yeah. That's the best way to start the year. So much growth on the horizon. Yeah, it is. We've been through so much pain and discord, I would say, the last forever. But I do think that it is. It's these are the precursors to growth, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. Does anybody have a question, or should we start with like a general tarot thing reading? You guys kind of lead me here. And I just wanted to mention tomorrow, Taurus will be out, the tea leaf reading. Tomorrow being, what is it? Saturday. What, the 2nd? Saturday the 2nd. I just totally lost. Saturday the 2nd, Taurus will be out. All right, we'll do a general 2026. All right, let's see. Where are we headed? And we're using the Thoth deck here. Thoth deck. Let's be very clear. That's what I said. All right. Okay, so our first card is, the Magus, the Magician, the Architect, right? So we're in that building energy. We're constructing our new reality, our new experience. I think a lot of us have become so disillusioned by the old things, the old ways, the way that we had been living. And I think it's just at that point. We have the Two of Wands and the Emperor. Yes. So then we have the Queen of Discs. We have an energy of making some big decisions, as you can imagine, if we are building a life once again. We have the Universe. And we have the Knight of Swords. And we have, my favorite. Not my favorite card, but I always laugh at it's the Nine of Discs. I always say it's the bikini one. We know things are getting good when the bathing suits come out, right? We're gonna go swimming. So we start with the Magician. There is a sense as we kind of unfurl, we begin to open, right? And that's a big part of the Magician, is learning to open to cognitive dissonance, to a variety of perspectives, to not only be able to play like devil's advocate within situations with yourself and other people, but to really, truly be able to exist in different perspectives and different, competing or contradictory styles of thinking, belief systems, ideas about the world. The more we get into magic and becoming the builders of the all, right? We have to, and this is where maybe we talk about like losing attachment, letting that dissolution happen so that you are not tethered to certain places or ideas or people or this is what my life should be, this is what it should look like. As the Magician, we should be fully able to walk in all places, right? To be among all peoples, to go where it's scary, to go where it's dark and grimy, but to also be able to walk in the light, right? And everything in between. So when we begin with this energy, it tells me that we are opening, and we are opening to this Two of Wands energy, which often reminds us that, we do find these places where we feel like, yes, this is it. I found my position. I'm excelling in this dynamic. I am, my highest form, my best self. I am, showing off my talent and my ability. And then we get landlocked, right? We get locked into it. We think this is it. This is what I have to do and maintain. And yet the world tells us, no, there are always going to be crossroads. There are going to be so many decisions, so many places to go and do. And do not become tethered. Again, right? Do not become tethered to the idea of where you are at and this is perfect and I'm just going to stay right here. We can't do that. That's not real. That's not real. It doesn't, we can try to make it work that way. I've done it. I've locked myself away in apartment with my books and my cats and didn't talk to people and, and thought, this is it. I'm just going to live this way. Guess what? The world finds a way to sneak in, right? The world gets in there. Life gets in there. Now we have the Emperor. Okay, this was our third card. And so this to me, as somebody who, and I'm going to use, I think it's executive dysfunction, right? Somebody who has a lot of ideas, can do a lot of things. I don't always have the discipline to do it. I don't always have the mindset to organize and get things done. Now, when the Emperor comes in, you can think about the Emperor as, well, a child who is born into a family that is grooming and preparing them to become a leader, right? So their whole life is being educated to step into this role. They don't have to necessarily learn to let go of worldly things because they are contained. They are in this kind of cloistered life, right? We don't all live like that. Probably none of us do. But when this card comes in, we get this strong and distinct movement towards being able to meet our goals, being able to apply ourselves, being able to say, you know what, maybe I'm going to just head home and get to bed and get the rest I need so I can do the things I need to do tomorrow. Making those hard decisions, okay? So you have that magician who's all over the place, really, with good reason. You have the Two of Wands, which tells me we have choices. We have cool choices. We have lots of places to go this year, right? We have the Emperor who is telling us we're not going to squander. We're not going to squander this year. We're not going to have all these blessings flowing our way and we just kind of, miss our opportunity because we can't get it together. Which, listen, I'm the queen of that, right? Now, we come down to the Queen of Discs, and we have the universe. Okay, so we know, I think of the Queen of Discs as, well, Gaia, the Earth Mother. She is the builder. She is also the destroyer, but she is probably in this function, I would say, in her creative flow. Now, this last year, 2025, I think has been probably hard for most people, maybe not every single person, but a lot of people. I think that we have come through a real pointed, destructive, I would say collectively destructive period of time. I think that we are reaching our fatigue point where, I don't know about you, but I've given up on even arguing with people, okay? I don't even care. I love you. I hope you have a nice life. I hope that things work out. I don't want to hear about any of this stuff. I'm tired. I think a lot of us are at this place, right? And so we are coming through and seeing that, we have to gather our resources, right? We have to get that discipline going. We have to know what we want to be disciplined about. That's a big part of it. But this year is going to be about building things back up. Now, I'm not saying that the whole dang thing is going to be, pristine and beautiful. You've built your whole kingdom, and the cat this is Pudgy if you guys haven't met him. But we're building a foundation, right? We're building a foundation. And it doesn't, it's exciting. It's exciting to begin again. But we have the universe card. this card is often, pretty, I would say positive, things coming together, everything in its right place. But I think often is not talked about is the pure chaos that the universe really is. Infinite potential, but also can be very overwhelming, right? When we get into that place where we're looking at the big picture, we are deciding how are we going to, no, away from my drinks now, honey. Nope, you gotta go. Goodbye. Woo. There you go. Off the table. Okay. It can become overwhelming. It can be too much. So we're doing baby steps. We're doing baby steps. We're doing baby steps. Now, we have the Emperor who is going to be pushing us to be stronger, faster, more, I would say ruthless and cutting in our decision making, right? We have the Magician who will just do anything to get the work done. And that's the other thing. The Magician is, I would say, kind of morally ambiguous, right? As all creators kind of are. So I feel like there's a big push and pull between not wanting to make solid long-term decisions and knowing that you have to. Wanting to do things in a way that is manageable, but also having that fiery energy kind of pushing you towards doing those big, loftier things, right? Doing the big goals, changing your whole life, that kind of thing. Now, we also have the Knight of Swords and then the Nine of Discs. So the Knight of Swords, not unlike the Queen of Swords, is one where we have cut away all of the excess in our thinking, and we are down to the just tell me what it is. I don't want to hear all the other stuff. I just want you to tell me what it is. And this is us talking about the universe. This is us talking about, our work, our relationships, the meaning in our life. And that's really what a lot of this comes down to, is in not only enacting our true will, right? Living in our authentic being, going about the path with virtue and belovedness and devotion to self. And I don't mean the ego necessarily, but I mean to you. You are devoted to you as if you were devoted to your first love. You know what I mean? So when we have that Knight of Swords, it says, okay, we're just not going to lie to ourselves anymore. You know what I mean? It's like when you just get real clear, even like when you're dating, for instance, you meet somebody, you'll kind of hit it off, you're texting, then it's like you get less text, and then they go do something, they didn't text you, they tell you, oh, I forgot to text, whatever, right? You know what it is. You know what it is. If somebody wants to engage with you, they're going to engage with you. If somebody wants to be with you, they're going to remember to communicate with you. Okay? So this is like that Knight of Swords energy, just being real honest, real clear with yourself. I don't mean about everybody else or with everybody else, but with self. Now, of course, the Nine of Discs, we have gain. We have gain in the material world, which makes sense. We have that Queen of Discs. We have the Magi. We have the Emperor and the universe coming together. We have you coming into a place that is prosperous, but it is not going to be easy. It's not just going to fall in your lap, right? It is something that, I'm a magical thinker, so I'm pretty superstitious. I do believe that the work whatever that looks like. If you are living in your authentic flow, everything you need is going to show up and you will be able to activate it, to receive it, to use it, right? When we are disillusioned, when we are, intoxicated with all of the many intoxicants that the world offers us, and we're distracted, we are too much in ourself, in our feelings, in our identity, in our socialization, whatever, the work just doesn't get done in the way that it might need to. Okay. So this is going to be a year that is going to feel, and I'm going to be honest, kind of lonely. It's going to be a lonely year for a lot of us. Not because we're going to be alone necessarily, but because we're going to have to make those decisions to do the lame thing, right? To be the boring person, to decide, no, I'm going to go home. I'm going to spend my time meditating. I'm going to stay on course. I'm going to do my routine. I'm going to make time to do the magic, to do the rituals, to learn the things that I set out to learn. None of this looks exciting or sexy or fun to most people, I would say, right? I see it and I'm like, heck yeah, that sounds like perfect. But I'm boring. But so I see this year being, a little bit lonely, but you know what? Learning to be alone is the ultimate lesson. If you can be alone, if you can feel fullness of life when you are alone or feeling, alone even among people, nobody can do anything to you. You know what I mean? Like, they can't knock you off your course because you have already found the love in the solitary path, which ultimately, if you are doing magical work, if you are, and I know not everybody that comes here is somebody who is an occultist or religious or spiritual. I do tend to read for that group of people because that's, I guess how I identify myself. But, I think that learning to be alone and being okay with that, and not only being okay with that, but like thriving in that, superpower. Okay, let's see. I haven't read anything here, so I'm going to go back and read for a second. I want to say hi to everybody. The path of greater good isn't always safe or not scary. Yes, Sharon, it is often very scary. It's making the hard choices often. It really is. Let's see. Oops. Hello, Lenore. Happy New Year. We missed you. I missed you guys too, Texan Jedi. I really did. We were very sick. We missed Christmas and everything. Will I be approved for disability this year? Please and thank you. I'm gonna pull a card for you. Somebody else asked this like last week about disability, and I don't know where you're from, but I know, I'm just gonna say this. If you are trying to get state or federal or whatever disability, keep trying. Just don't give up on it. That's what they will do that to you. They'll keep, making you go to court and all kinds of stuff, but don't give up on it. And document everything. Okay, so I'll ask the tarot about beach addict. Let's see about disability. So we have the Fool card, which is not a bad one for this. The 10 of Wands. Okay, and then the Prince of Swords. Okay, so it feels like you're coming up against, a system that doesn't want you to win. That's the big thing. Which is where we have that oppressive energy. With the Fool, though, to me, is what's going to be the best part of this energy, is because you have the willingness to do what you have to do to make sure that you meet all the requirements and have all the stuff. And it's the Fool energy because the Fool doesn't have the constraints of, well, should I or shouldn't I or this or that. You just do the thing. You do the thing and you keep doing the thing. And the Prince of Swords, it tells me that you're going to have to keep, you're going to have to keep at it. It's going to still be a period of time. There's not, let me see if I can do one more. Let's see if we have, the Devil card, yeah. So basically, you're going to have to really, advocate for self. I'm going to say it in the nicest way possible. Be an advocate for yourself. And if you have to get a little ornery here or there, you're going to have to. But I do think that it's a good outlook for you. Definitely. Just, it's going to be frustrating. Hello. Ooh, I hope you are well. I am. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And I got to do a reading today. I did a Taurus reading, tea leaves, general reading. It'll be out tomorrow. Hi, babe, nice hair. Don't mind alone. Drama, yeah. Thank you. My hair, okay, so I bleached my hair before Christmas because I was going to dye it and we got sick. So now it's just like, yeah, whatever this is. Once I have a few moments to put some pink in it, I'm going to. Hermit by nature. Yes, hermit by nature. And I know I saw Jess on here. If you're still here, I said I wanted to say hi. I did in my head. I played a Powerball ticket. I hit. I'll think of you. Yes, definitely. Throw some lucky energy my way. I've never done Powerball, but let's see, where's my stuff? Paul from Dove and Serpent Tarot, my husband. I'm sorry, I was just talking to my sister about my family. I was on the phone with my sister a few minutes ago. Anyways, Paul bought a Powerball ticket like last week, and I think it was the first time he had ever bought one. So it's funny that people brought it up today. We didn't even know how to buy the ticket. We had to look it up. I know, right? Is he my husband or he is my brother. He's my kindred, definitely Saturnine brother in a lot of ways. Happy Gregorian New Year, whatever that means. I know, right? Whatever that means. Like hot pink. Yeah, I think it's going to be like a hot pink for my hair. I think. We're going to support breast cancer awareness and stuff with my hair. No. I do think of any pink as breast cancer awareness, though. My sister, we call each other sister cousins. She just survived breast cancer. I think she's been clear for 2 years. And yeah, just get checked if you can. Make sure you stay up on that. It's important. Even I bought a Powerball down under. Good luck, everyone. Is Powerball tonight? Is that what's going on? When are you and Paul gonna do a meet and greet? Well, you know what's funny is I was just asking him if he was interested in maybe doing like a convention or something. I don't know. Our life schedule is so busy. We started doing jujitsu few months ago, and doing that, and then all my daughter's activity. My daughter's in a lot of activities. I don't know. It's a lot. We always have these ideas of what we want to do, but we have so many things that we do. We're both like big hobbyists and just trying to also do our own magical work and our family and stuff. So I don't know. I think I feel like we should do something IRL. Green with violet might match. Very intense. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about how I could do the green and the purple because I still have some green from like Halloween time right in here. You can't really see it, and then I have purple and it looks really pretty. I don't know how to do it without it running into each other. I'm not that talented. We don't touch strangers. You guys can hold hands. We're both really like we both have like sensitivities to touching people that we don't know, which is funny, but we both are like that. We're very much like our own space type of people. Hubby lost job. Should we keep the dream? Let me read for you, Tracy. Oh yeah. Okay, so my sister is she has done hair for many years, and she is a color specialist. So if she sees this stream, she's gonna be mad at me. I always just never mention that I like do my hair at home. She knows I do though. Okay, let's see. Barrier cream. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. I gotta look it up. I'm gonna have to look up how you use the barrier cream. I'm trying to sell my home. I wanna see if it sells soon. Okay, let's do Tracy. We're gonna do yours first. Keep the dream. Should they keep the dream? Okay, so we have the moon card as the first one. There's a sense of disillusionment, Four of Cups, luxury. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Swords. So here's the deal. This tells me that you guys are big dreamers. Like you have, wonderful imaginations. You have passion. You have desire. But I think at times maybe it's a little unrealistic, right? You might have attachments to ideas or, how you envision your life being that can actually end up being more limiting than helpful. So I don't think it's about abandoning the dream. I think it's about reassessing and deciding what would be more realistic. Now, the end goal can definitely be the same, but it's also about like figuring out how can we do this with the variables that we have right now. You know what I mean? So I don't think that it's abandon it, not at all. I think it's just about being honest and realistic with yourself so you don't keep hurting your own feelings. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I have goals, of course, but like if I continually go for things I know are going to be impossible or, something that is going to break my heart over and over, dude, I just end up giving up. So I'm a giver upper. So, you know, making sure that you are being realistic so that you can meet the goals, so that you can do the steps to get to the dream. Okay, let's see. Water again. Okay, about the house. Where was the house? Jessica, I'm trying to sell my home. I want to see if it sells soon. Okay. Barrier cream for the hair. Interesting. I don't think I've ever, I thought maybe if I foiled it, but when I wash it out, it all like runs into each other. So I don't know. Maybe that barrier cream is the way. Okay, let's see. Jessica, are you selling the house? Well, it looks like it. 4 of Wands, so completion. It will be done. It does seem like it will be done. We'll pull 2 other cards just to see here. Yeah, so we have the 7 of Wands, and then we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so I do think it's going to end. You're going to sell the house. It will be favorable, but I would just say that whoever is buying from you might be kind of like a stickler for things. So it might feel like a lot of mental gymnastics, but I think it will end up being, you'll be better off for it. Kind of this feeling of like, you know, crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's kind of deal, which could feel tedious. I'm a Capricorn. Can you see anything for me? Am I getting a new house this year? Oh, hi, Oracle. Hey. Did I ever email you? I don't think I ever emailed you. That's wild. It just like hit my head. How are you doing? Did I email you back? I don't know. Tell me if I did. And can you please, and I don't know if I can highlight this comment. Can you email me again so your email is at the top of my, I know it's such a terrible thing to ask, I know. But I really do want to talk to you. I was like so excited when you emailed me, and then I don't even know what's happened. I think it's just been life that got me off course. Okay, let's see. I didn't know how. What to replay back? Paul video posting on first day of the year because he was the one thanking us, saying that he did learn and adjust for. Okay. Yeah, Tracy, I feel you, man. Like, I feel you, man. I'm sorry. I try not to get too comfortable here. But yes, I do. It's hard. Yeah, under the best circumstances, it is hard to be on the same page with somebody, let alone when things are, you know, stressful. Yeah, Jessica, stay with it. Just, you know, I know the buying, selling houses is a long process. It can be really just, you know, just stick with it. You got this. I just, you know, the only thing I see is just probably when you get a buyer, they're just going to be, you know, real tedious about wanting to check things over and that kind of thing. His public patience. So I couldn't give in any gratitude. Words backwards. I send apologies for no contacting the comments. Oh, thank you, T. I'll let him know. I'll definitely let him know that you. Okay, Oracle. Thank you. Thank you for email. Thank you. I'm so sorry. As soon as I just saw your name, like it all came rushing back. Like that's so terrible. It gets like that. And for me, it's because I have like, separate parts of my life. And a lot of it is remembering so much of my kids' stuff. That is like, it eats half of my brain trying to keep everything straight. Okay, so I'm a realtor if you need help. Yeah, Jess, there you go. Get with Jess, she'll help you out. Thank you, Oracle. You have the best energy. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go up and let's see. Gladys? Am I getting a house this year? So let's see. Are you getting a house this year? Ooh, we have the Knight of Cups. Not only a house, but a place that is sacred and beloved to you. We have the Six of Swords. And we have the Ace of Wands. So, it feels like you will find your place. You're going to find a place that I believe that you will end up staying for a long time. I think this is going to be a place of roots. This is a place of love. This is a place where you can rest. Here's the thing. You're going to have to be on top of things to get there. We have, the science card after all. This is not going to be a situation where you like haphazardly like fall into your place, but this is very intentional, right? So you're gonna have to be doing the legwork, finding it, doing all the things that you need to do to get in there, and and getting to that completion point with it, not just doing half of the stuff. Now, here's the deal. I feel like you coming into this place, it's almost like it brings life back into you. So where I'm saying you're going to have to do all this work to get in there, that might at this moment feel like, ugh, I'm sighing at it because again, here's another round of things to do. But I feel like the energy of this place that you find is going to really like get you motivated to be more proactive about all aspects of life. I think that probably where you have been hasn't really been conducive with the way that you've been wanting to live. So this energy of it's like finding your true love, right? Finding a beloved, what's the word? Like scenic view or something that brings you, you want to write poetry or, I don't know. I mean, I'm very sensitive to like the land I live on, wherever I've lived. And, it affects the way that you live. It affects the way that you feel. It affects the things that you do. If you're living in a place I grew up in the city. I'm, from Northern California, from Sacramento. I grew up in the city, or have lived in the burbs. I lived in Minneapolis for a long time. I had never really realized how, as an adult at least, how affected by noise pollution I am because I was always there. So I just figured like this is just how I am. This like anxious, like kind of, cat on like a hot tin roof kind of feeling, like constantly feeling like I'm on edge and overstimulated. And when I moved away from the city, and nothing against living in the city, I miss it greatly. I found that I had been living in a way that just did not serve the way that I am composed, right? So I feel like in this energy you have, yeah, you'll find your place and it's going to bring you more life, okay? Nope, I'm from East Sac. I'm from East Sac, but I do live in the Midwest now. I've been here for 20 some years, since I was in my 20s. Okay, let's see. Wondering what path to stick with. There are so many ideas, interests, but ADHD takes over and I feel lost. Yeah, Lisa, I feel you. I have the same issues. I do. I think journaling is a bit, or writing lists, or just writing out your ideas, sitting down and doing it with a pencil and paper, or a pen and paper. Um, Something about transmuting the thought into something that's written down, and then you can read it aloud to yourself. Uh, I don't know what about that process helps with ADHD. I don't know why. There's probably science behind it, but I think that allowing yourself to sit and quite literally go through the inventory of your ideas, and what's realistic, what you have time for, what you actually have motivation for, financially, what is going to make sense, all that kind of thing. So going through that process of vetting, your choices, and doing that in a physical way might be helpful. I know it is for me. I just left Portland. Oh, Portland. I don't know what Portland's like anymore. It used to be really cool in the 90s. There were always really good shows up there. And they had amazing bookstores right off of the light rail, I remember. But I don't know. What is Portland like now? Is it thumbs up, thumbs down? Pudgy, do we need to get going soon? Queen Gina Fish. Okay, well, I'll pull a card for you, but I'm also going to tell you, you need to just ask. Just either ask or state, right? What is it that is going on here? You should have some clarity about what the dynamic is. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands. So I don't know. I actually feel like maybe the other person doesn't know either. This might be a situation of blurred communication, and somebody needs to take the initiative. I'm going to see with the Oracle cards, though. What is our energy? What is our energy for Gina here in her date or not date? Okay. I guess it's a date. You got the romance card right off the bat. But I do think that there's maybe a sense of the other person not really knowing either. Okay, RID. Let's see. Message for you. This is the last one I'm gonna do, and then I gotta get. Oops. That one went flying. What is that card, Pudgy? Yeah, I would. I mean, dating is hard, dude. It's hard. But I will tell you that you will never regret just being transparent, open, and asking the questions that you have from the beginning, because you don't want to establish this dynamic of trying to investigate or tiptoe around things. Just, It's embarrassing. Yeah, you might be shy. Yeah, you might be like scared you read the situation wrong, but man, you just got to start from that energy of I'm just going to ask you what I have to ask you. Um, because it only gets more difficult from the beginning, right? It's real easy at the beginning. It gets more and more difficult if you are not in that energy from the start. Okay, so we have the 2 of discs for our ID, and then we have the 4 of wands. Ooh, and then we have the wheel. So something has ended or is ending. And it feels like probably you are not feeling super sure about what your next move is going to be. But I think you're putting a lot of faith into things being as they should be with that 2 of discs energy. Now, I just also got the 3 of discs, which is all about the work, really, whatever that work is for you. So I feel that there's maybe like a job ending or a hobby or something where you are making money or you felt in alignment to a group of people, maybe like a team or something. It feels like that is maybe coming to an end. We have prospects on the horizon, okay? We also have the Knight of Swords here. So again, with this energy of just being very clear with yourself, what is going to work for you, right? As things are changing. Let's see. And then the last card we have is the 9 of wands here. And it feels like, I don't know. What is this? The 2 of wands. It's almost kind of like you've been pushed out of something. Prince of discs. Queen of swords. Okay. So it almost kind of feels like somebody, I don't know, like somebody wanted your job, or there was some kind of like, I don't know, illusionary thing to distract you, or I almost like, honestly, if I almost wonder if it's like siblings or like somebody who felt very close to you. Maybe you worked with them for a long time, but I almost kind of feel like they decided at some point that they wanted to push you out of whatever you were doing and made it more difficult for you. I think that you've had to go through this process of discovery that has been really difficult, and parts of your life have felt like they've fallen apart a little bit. But ultimately, I feel you really dedicating yourself to maybe kind of streamlining your life and being involved in things that aren't going to completely devastate your vital energies. Okay. I feel like you've been really fortified through this because, it's been challenging, and you've seen people for what they are, and it wasn't what you thought, and it wasn't pleasant. But I do feel like, things are working in your favor here because you have taken the blessing from the troubles. You've taken the lesson from the ordeal. Okay, let's see. Alex Gray's painting called Painting is a great illustration of the concept magic pen to paper. Yes, I love Alex Gray. Happy New Year. Oh, I'm sorry you had the flu as well. Gina, peace to you. Okay. We can also share my spiritual gifts with the world. When did you know it was your time to share? I don't like online doing readings online. I started because my husband had started doing them. Um, I, you know, I think of myself more as like a practitioner of magic, and this is something I also do. Um, I don't necessarily even now feel like I have a message that the world needs to hear. I feel like I'm just like some lady doing, work on myself and in my life and trying to live authentically um, in the magic that I am doing and living. I want to live a life that is magic. And I'm privileged to have this, portal, pathway, doorway into the greater collective. And I feel very appreciative of that. But for me, it's not like a calling of I need to get some message out there. Not at all. I just kind of am like, okay, I'm going to hang out with these people while I also do my work. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna bounce ideas off of each other. I'm gonna build here. I'm gonna learn things. I'm maybe gonna teach people some things. You know, and for me that made it feel easy to be able to cross over into doing it. Um, so, I don't know. The thing I tell people, if you are trying to have a channel or what did you say? You want to share your spiritual gifts, just start creating the content. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't even have to put it out. Just get used to making stuff. If it's art, if you're writing, if you're filming, if you're doing divination, just do it every single day. And then it will become something that you live. It's not just like a hobby or whatever. So anyways, you guys, I love you. I have to go. I'm going to be, I'm just chilling. It's true. That's what it feels like. I got to go. We're going to be late for jujitsu here, but I love you guys. I will be back tomorrow. Happy New Year. Oh yeah, Taurus will be out tomorrow as well for tea leaf readings. All right. Bye.